Hours of World Championship Wrestling. We're going to leave you today with a look at NWA television champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, on the night that he won the NWA television title. For David Crockett, I'm Tony Schiavone. We'll see you next time on World Championship Wrestling. Just moments ago, Dusty Rhodes became the new National Wrestling Alliance television champion, and before he gets away, we want to have a few words with him. Congratulations, Dusty. It was a great win.
You know, I think throughout this country of our land that we live in, let me tell you something. Whether you like Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes or not, I want to tell you this is what it's all about. Only Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes travel in style, live in style, and are the greatest two professional athletes in wrestling today. Bar none. Go all over the world. Pay whoever you want to pay to walk alongside of you. Pay whoever you want to pay to stand beside you and put your paper on newsstands all over the world. It boils down to the National Wrestling Alliance. It boils down to limousines, silver screens, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and now the new National Wrestling Alliance television champion. And like I said before, style is what you make it. We live, nobody lived this way. Nobody has crystal glass in the backseat of the Chevrolet, Jack. Nobody sups from my cup but the American Dream. And Rick is somewhere down the road. That world title gonna be me and yours again. But for now, I just want the world to know if there's any better anywhere. I'd like to see them, baby. I'd like to know who they were. NWA television champion Tony Schiavone, I'll defend it all over the world because the National Wrestling Alliance goes all over the world, and the greatest promoter in the world is Jim Crockett Promotions, and I'm so happy. I tell it like it is. Talking's over. I got to go party down, man.
That's it from our new NWA television champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
We had say what? A whole lot of superstars on this stage here tonight. But I want y'all to know one thing. This is my house. And when I say who's house,
word attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in this edition, it's all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetarian like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
One. Yo, everybody, welcome to Ring Time Pro Wrestling. Keith and Keisha at it again. Keisha, say hi to the people.
Hey, what's going on? Good evening. What's happening? I think that's like one of the most elaborate hays I've ever done. Wow. Okay. I had to get it out. Just saying.
We are working on a Wednesday night. This show will not include an NXT recap as we were recording during the show. That also will leave out Lucha Underground. It also leaves out TNA, which maybe somehow later on this week you may hear what we think about this week's shows. There's to be a live TNA going on tonight. I hope you guys are checking it out. I mean, this is one of their Hail Marys. You know what I mean? They throwing something up there. So, without further ado, let's get to this wrestling. Keisha's been an interesting week. Brock is back. He's ready for war. But apparently, you know, there's some things going on in the WWE. Also, we had a premiere episode of Tough Enough for this season. Season 5, we are back with Tough Enough. We're going to give you our thoughts. We'll give you a full-scale education on Tough Enough, right?
Right.
There's been 5 Tough Enoughs. I think there's been one that was successful, and I'll break that the most successful Tough Enough cast ever. I will tell you the good and the bad and the ugly of Tough Enough from my perspective, right? And we'll break down this year's cast. And like I said last night, I like the show. I like the new format. I don't see any stars just yet, right? But to be fair, it's one episode. It's one episode. I don't see stars just yet. I can tell you, I watched some other ones, some more diligently than others, and you know, I thought I saw something in some people, and there's some I was I didn't see anything, and they actually turned out to be something. I'll tell you my most successful cast member. I'll tell you the best cast member ever. We'll talk all of that in this episode, right?
Right.
But let's open it up with Raw. We come live Monday night, June 22nd. We're in Indianapolis, Indiana. Indiana crowds generally like they wrestling. You know what I mean? And we're selling the Battleground pay-per-view for next month, which is, I think, the last pay-per-view before SummerSlam. And we have some time. Like, I think we're so used to having pay-per-view so back-to-back. Like, we're still a good whole month out from Battleground.
Right.
Like, there's 5 weeks between these two pay-per-views. The most recent one with Money in the Bank and Battleground. So they got a lot of time to cook. So setting matches and setting up storylines, I think they're in a good spot to try to make something work for Battleground. I'll ask you how you feel about certain things, but Brock opens up. We definitely got babyface Brock.
Yeah.
We have nicer, kinder, gentler Brock. He came down. Yeah. He had to apologize to Cole and JBL. I don't know why Booker T doesn't get an apology. I know he wasn't there last night, but he still should have got an apology on the television. The cameraman, because damn, he took an F5. So, but neither here nor there.
We didn't care about that. We just excluded all of that because it wasn't two other people that got hurt in the situation. But hey, whatever. Take what you can get, right? I mean, hey, that's, I guess because they were present, that's what mattered. But it's like, can we not rewind the tape? Because if you're going to rewind the tape, I'm need to apologize to everybody. I think that was the flaw in that whole situation. But hey, who am I to say what was going on? So, yeah.
But we got that rolling, so we're ready. Next match, we actually have a match. Dean Ambrose takes on Kane. And out of the Seth Rollins shows up. I didn't understand Kane having a Dean Ambrose match to begin with, but neither here nor there. But Seth Rollins shows up. Which, here's the thing. I think there will always be heat between Rollins and Ambrose.
Always.
There will always be some contention. Even in 2016, when they do a Shield reunion, I think those guys are going to have some contention. Right? But Rollins had a motive. He wanted to get back in the family.
Yeah.
He wants some love. He needs some friends.
Because
after that,
he does. After he finds out that Brock is his next component.
Mind you, I think this only enhances the legend of Brock Lesnar. When he has to feel he needs to beg to get 3 other people in line to help him fight Brock Lesnar. The announcement that Brock is back prompts him to say, hey, I need to backtrack everything I said.
This is when you regret the words that come out of your mouth. This is when your foot is put in your mouth. And you're trying your best not to swallow it. This is what happens. Because, of course, everybody sees it. Brock shows up and it's like, okay, maybe I shouldn't have went on this I can do it by myself rampage. Now I think that I need to go ahead and back that up a little bit. Yeah, you should. It's about time you do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's forced to dial back his statements, and that's fair. I think the authority understands that he made a mistake. He's a young guy, right?
Right.
And he's going to do some young, stupid things. So that happened. Also through the show, Primetime Players, I like their presentation.
Awesome.
I'm enjoying the champs. I hope this continues for a little while. The Ascension men are so bad.
They are. They're awful. Like,
but nothing a repackage can't fix.
No.
I get rid of the makeup. I change the clothes. I fix the hair. I probably cover their upper bodies because they're not in great shape. So I would give them something to put over their upper bodies, like, you know, just some tights or something, like some kind of, you know, Under Armour shirt or something. But mask the upper bodies, give them a manager that could talk for them, and you rolling. Get them out of that hokey pants that they wear because they really look jacked up. Get them some plain tights with maybe a little design. Connor and Victor can't be the names because ain't nobody ever been scared of nobody named Connor. Ain't nobody been scared of nobody named Victor. So those two names have to go. You know
They're like some of the worst names ever. Just like, what the hell?
You put together a gimmick tag team and gave them plain names.
Exactly.
So you didn't give them Thrash and Mash or nothing crazy like that. You gave them Connor and Victor. No,
because that's
ain't nobody ever been scared of Connor or Victor. You know what I mean?
Right.
If anything, Connor and Victor got beat up after school and got their lunch money took. So, I'm selling here, right? So that's what it's going to be. They brought Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. I didn't get the point of that match, but I get it's like we don't have anything to do with these guys, right?
No,
unfortunately, Randy Orton off TV because he be in the mix somehow. Randy's off TV.
Right.
Man, I don't know if you took a shot for every match that gets interrupted on Raw, you'd be drunk by like the second hour.
Exactly.
So, you know, because everything got to be a run-in. But this Bray Wyatt doing his mind games, I'm still not on board. A lot of people like it though, Keish. What am I missing?
I understand the point in bringing in like.
I'm just asking,
I really don't get the point in bringing in the daughter into the situation and like making it personal and all this kind of stuff.
And is that what I'm doing? It came
out of nowhere.
Am I making it personal? Because I think it's unnecessary to have a daughter angle. Right? I mean, because that very well could be part of it. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of this angle. I think Bray could have played you're the golden boy. You're the chosen one. And I don't like that. That could have been sufficient enough. Learn what it's like to be down here in the dirt with the rest of us. They could have played that. They handing you the keys to the car. You're the golden goose. But you're not going to make it.
No.
I can ride that. You know what I mean? And I think Bray verbally skilled enough to carry that. I don't think we need to have him stalking a kid. Like, I think it has so many bad implications.
Exactly.
It's weird a publicly traded company would even take this idea and run with it. Like, it just looks so bad aesthetically. Like, I just wouldn't go for it. So I got a creepy dude in the back room with a picture of, like, my 8-year-old daughter. No. Nothing about this says, like, suitable for wrestling storyline. Just personal opinion, right? And I know when I was Undertaker kidnapped people all the time and threw them in a boiler room, but the assumption was they of age. I was assuming Stephanie McMahon was 19 when that happened. So I just don't know, and it's slightly different still, right? But I don't appreciate. Not my thing. Other than that, what do you think about Stalker Rusev? Do you think that has... like, Stalker Rusev is weird, but I could dig it. Because it's not too stalkerish. He just kind of watches the video. All right. So, yes. Where was it? Stalker Rusev. By herself.
I can't deal with him. It's just creepy. Like, he walks around with one leg limping. Like, come on, dude. Really? What's the point? Like, I understand the premise of it all. Like, he feels like less of a man and this, that, and third. That's not making it any better. Like, you got him walking around looking at
Drake
TV. Come on, man.
Wrestler's Drake at this point.
All right.
I guess Summer Rae is supposed to help him out of the funk.
No.
Is that what?
Please, Jesus. Can you not? No.
Keisha, I've never despised someone speaking so much before in my life. Like, literally, her voice irritates me so much, and I don't know why.
Because she's awful. In personal opinion, I don't think she's a good wrestler. She sounds awful on the mic. Like, I just don't understand. Can you just not have her around? Like, her face irritates me. Like, I'm just kind of like, why? And then I'm like, she's not even cute. Like, can y'all not have her as, like, his new love interest? Can we insert someone else into this position? Like, it's just bad. It's so bad.
Part of the reason I haven't watched the Marine 4 yet is her.
Ugh. Like, why would you want to? Like, once I found out she was in it, I was like, yeah, that's going to be bad. I don't want to watch that shit. Like, I just had to throw that out there. Like, I was like, she's in it? Nah, that's probably not a good movie. And she probably made it just kind of horrible, you know. And then I seen her with, like, a gun, and it was just kind of like, but she's so small and weak looking. Like, are you kidding me? Nah, I just can't. I'm sorry. Like, it's crazy that a chick, like, they would have a chick like that kind of playing, like, a Rambo role or whatever she's doing, and it's just kind of awful. Because I'm just like, Summer Rae already sucks. Like, just in, like, regular WWE stuff, she's awful. So, like, I know for a fact she's probably, like, the worst actress ever. Like, I don't want to watch that shit. I just can't. I do not endorse it. I don't encourage it. I'm just kind of like, no thank you. So, yeah. When I seen her pick up Rusev's crunch for him, and why? Like, I was just kind of like, no, please, Jesus, do not replace Lana with Summer Rae. Because she's a blonde. No, that's not going to work. I'm just saying. Like, that's the only option you had. You had plenty of other options. Don't do that. I can't. I can't.
I mean, overall, I think this was a rough Raw, right? I mean, that can be agreed. This one was going to be tough to swallow. Because, I mean, I go page. The romance match I didn't dig.
Yeah, that was just retarded.
No, that was lame.
Who decided to put Rosa with Adam Rose? Like, what?
I got two people under contract, and I don't know what I'm doing with either one of them. Yeah, I think that's how the show is being booked now. I just don't even know what I'm doing with these people. So I got to put something together. Or they came up with something, and they said, well, run with it, right?
Right.
So, I mean, we've got rid of the Rosebud, so this is what we're going to do with Adam Rose. He's going to roll around with Rosa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love us. Oh, my God. That was so annoying. That was the most annoying thing ever. Oh, my God. I couldn't deal with it.
She's one of the reasons I stopped watching Total Divas. Like, I couldn't tolerate her either.
Yeah, I just, no.
Not really. I was tired of the Cena. Even the Cena Owens confrontation didn't do it for me this week. Like, I thought it was just lame. You know what I mean? And I think they just overdone it. I would rather Cena have an open challenge match.
Right. Like, the conversation is starting to happen every week. You don't need that to happen every week. Like, it doesn't happen every week ever since the first match. Like, can you just not have this happen? Can we go without them, like, all in each other's face? Like, I don't want to see this every week.
No, I think apparently every week they're going to sit there and talk.
Every week. Run out of things to say. Like, it gets to a point everything is starting to become repetitive. Like, they're changing up the speeches they're using because it's like, I said this in the beginning, and now I'm just saying it in bits and pieces. I don't want to hear that. Like, it's like, you're saying the same thing, you're just breaking it down from when you said it last week, and then the week before that, and the week before that. Like, I don't need to see this every week. Like, every week, they don't need to come out there and talk. Like, that just doesn't need to happen at all. Like, every week, y'all have to come out here and face each other and be like, oh, you think you're tough. I know I'm tough. Like, nobody want to see that every week. It's ridiculous. Like, come on, man. Can y'all, you know what? I would not feel any level of bad if they just didn't do this next week. Like, I would be so ecstatic if they just decided to scrap that for next week. Have an open challenge, like you said. Cena was doing great with the open challenges. He needs to continue them. Even Owens, when he did his open challenge for a match, great, do it. Just don't do this. Don't do that. Like, I don't need that. And I don't need neither one of them coming out during their matches either. Like, can you just not have the confrontation, period? Like, nobody sitting at commentary, nobody coming out by ringside, nobody sitting up on a ramp. Just leave it be. Just leave it alone for at least a week. Like, at least once. Just let it go. That's all I'm saying.
But
I digress.
here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this, too. I have no desire to see another Ryback-Mark Henry match.
No. Oh, my God. That was awful.
No, not now, not never.
Why?
I've seen him do it before. Seen the match before.
Why?
Never liked it anytime I've ever saw it.
It's just awful. You have two of, like, the biggest dudes in the business fighting each other. It's awful. Like, I don't understand who books this stuff. It's like, just because they're both, you want one big guy to fight another big guy. It doesn't make a good match. It makes a horrible match, actually. Because then you just have two big dudes just boxing around each other. They're like rolling around each other as if this is going to be okay. No, it's not okay. There's nothing okay about it at all. Like, I don't want to see that crap. Come on, man. Like, why? And the match was pointless. It made no sense for you to have it. It was just like, what's the point? Then you got Big Show out there rooting Mark Henry on like he's the best of friends again. No, like, stop it.
Yeah, I mean,
stop it.
They have the weirdest relationship also. But it's really, it's because you don't know who's doing what from time to time. So it just, you realize the show went over 20 minutes last night?
Yeah. Yes.
Like, it went
I did.
over, it went to 11:20.
Why? Like, I really didn't even understand why. Like, once I watched it in its entirety, I was like, wait, why did the show go over 20 full minutes? Like, what was the point in that? Like, most of it sucked. Like, most of it was awful. So I'm just sitting here like, did you really have to go over 20 minutes in the show for some of this crap that you put in here? Because if you did, you could have cut some of that out and you could have just ended it at 11 o'clock. Like, it really wasn't necessary. I'm just saying. Like, there were certain parts of the overall that made zero sense. Like, zero. And I just no one gave any kind of explanation for it. There was just no point in it whatsoever. Like, I understood Paul Heyman's speech in the beginning, Brock apologizing, and all that kind of stuff. The Cena commentation was just off. It was really, actually, it was just repetitive. It was really insane.
No, the greatest thing of the show was Heyman's opening bit. Like, literally, he took you to the church of Paul Heyman. Like,
exactly.
it was as good as it could be. The dude has bars. Like, he was laying it down. He was selling you an event. You know what I mean? Like, he looked for the money. So, like, I excellent job by Paul. I honestly, the way the show ended, though, I will say this: never would have called that.
No, never.
Never would have called that.
No,
like,
not at all.
I knew Seth was going to get the band back together. I knew he was going to get some help from his boys. I knew that much. I didn't bank on them destroying Brock.
No.
I mean, he
Of course.
has been indestructible for the better part of the last 2.5 years.
Exactly. Of course,
So,
not to be reckoned with.
Now, I got him being dismantled.
Yeah.
And the primary piece is Kane, of all people.
Right. And then J&J Security and Seth Rollins, this is who destroys Brock Lesnar? Like, I'm not taking away from Seth, but it's like, what? We watched Rock over the last 2.5 years, just kind of like completely rip people apart. Big or small, doesn't matter. Like, he's pretty much just come through and just been like a tornado. Like, every time he hits the ring, he's destroying everything in its path. This is what we've seen lately from him, like, period. So for him to completely be dismantled by Kane, Joy Mercury, Jamie Noble, and Seth Rollins, like, it made no sense to me because it was just kind of like, who made the decision to have this happen, you know? And it wasn't like there was a point. It was, of course, they showed points of him, like, fighting back and everything. But the way that they made it look like he was just weak. Like,
No. I would disagree there. I think he looked overwhelmed. He didn't look weak at any point because he kept breaking out. He kept cutting Kane off with the choke slams. He kept getting suplexes in. I don't think at no point he looked weak. I thought he looked overwhelmed. He succumbed to the power of the numbers. That's what happened. Now, I'll say this too. In booking a babyface, I see where they were going.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Here's the thing. It's very hard to make Brock Lesnar an underdog, and it's very hard to make him a sympathetic figure.
Right.
But in the face of this adversity, where now he as one man will have to beat 4, now you root for him from an underdog perspective because he's fighting not just 4, but 4 people with the backing of the authority figures.
Right.
So now he has an underdog feel as your baby face because that's what he's become. No delusions on that. So with him being a baby face, and I think things changing around him. I think he has to be vulnerable sometimes. Because you're going to take all the mystery out of it. I mean, that's how professional wrestling works. You can't. Yeah. You take all the mystery out if you let everybody shoot all the time.
It's going to be interesting to watch because, of course, with the 4 he has to take on having the back of the authority, it kind of makes it like he's taking on 6 different people. Because you have these 4 that you actually have to, like, physically fight, and then you have the other 2 that's going to administratively sit there and be like, okay, let's make this better for them.
Right.
Because the main goal in this whole situation, protect Seth Rollins and his WWE Heavyweight Championship. That's everybody's. And then, of course, with Kane, J&J back on board with him, now it's all back to the same thing. Now we got to protect Seth. We have to protect him. We got to protect the authority. We got to protect the title. We got to protect the future. Brock can't get this whatsoever. And, yeah, with him being the babyface, vulnerability has to be shown, but, like, that's going to be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
It's Brock Lesnar. Like, there is no easy way to do this. So, it's going to be funny to watch it play out over the next few weeks. Because now the question is, and this is what has me drawn into it, how is Brock going to fight these forces that he has to go up against? And, of course, everybody's like, well, And then people is going to be, he's Brock Lesnar, you know, he got this, he's good. Yeah, but look at what just happened on Raw. That lasted all, 10 minutes? Like, within, 10 minutes, it's like, damn. We just shown that he can be taken down by 4 people. So,
right.
What to do now? You know, of course, Heyman didn't expect it, because you've seen the looks on his face, it's kind of disbelief of, oh my God, like, what just happened? Of course. Brock
right.
Beast, he's the conqueror. You know, he's the 1 in 21. Like, he's Brock Lesnar. Like, he's a man. He's not a man, he's a beast. That's how he's always been described. So now it becomes, what do you do from this point when you're him?
Right.
I'm drawn. If there's anything I'm drawn to, it's that. I'm drawn. If I wasn't up for this match, like, initially, I am now. Like, I'm drawn all into that part of the storyline. Like, I'm drawn all into that because I want to know. I need to know, how does he recover from here?
Right.
Greatness. So, Raw did a good job with that.
But I think,
else,
but I think that's the point, though. You want to see how does he recover. You know he's not just going to take this.
Right.
Does he pick up an ally? I don't know, but it's going to be different, right? And nobody has ever seen him in this position where he's vulnerable. But I think that's the part of making him a babyface. They want him to be a vulnerable in that position, right?
Right.
All right. I mean, and that's it for Raw. I mean, I could drag it on, but how much can you drag on a D+, right?
Right, exactly.
So we'll take our break, and then we'll hit it back, and we will talk news and birthdays, and of course, Tough Enough. So stay tuned.
Ivan and Nikita Koloff.
This is the man that molds champions, manager James J. Dillon, and with you, Nature Boy Buddy Landel.
Before you ask why he has his back turned to the camera, I've had a real problem the last couple weeks, especially with the video that everyone saw last week. I received several letters from all over the country where several fathers were a little bit upset because their daughters were sitting there watching the television screen. Nature Boy Buddy Landel came out there as only he can look, and there were young girls fainting in living rooms all across this country. So I want to give the fathers that are sitting home watching time to send their daughter out to the kitchen to get some Kool-Aid or whatever it is, because I'm going to have the Nature Boy turn around now, and I think I've given ample warning. Nature Boy, I think there's a few wives sitting at home that are passing out too. I think we got some jealous husbands on our hands.
You know, Tony, it wasn't long ago I was sitting in my living room. I didn't have a clue where the Nature Boy Buddy Landel's career was going. And then I got a phone call one day, and it was this man right here, James J. Dillon. And he wanted to turn the Nature Boy's career around because he saw a diamond in the rough. Now, I made the move. JJ said, do you want to make the move? Do you want to come to the major leagues? Do you want to be NWA Wrestling, Jim Crockett Promotions? Do you want to be on the Superstation? And I made the move, brother, and I'm here. And like I said in my video, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, all of you, look out, move over, because the Nature Boy Buddy Landel is here to stay, brother. You know, Tony, Ric Flair took somebody's place a long time ago. And the history books and time says that the Nature Boy Buddy Landel is here to take Ric Flair's place. Flair, you're an old man. You're a great champion. I'm not taking nothing away from you, brother, but you're no Buddy Landel. And you always want to make it convenient upon yourself to be someplace else when I'm standing out here right on TV. Well, that's good and fine, because when I waste everybody that comes in my path, the Magnum TAs and all this other stuff, there's nowhere else you're going to be able to hide, brother. So Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Manny Fernandez, Dick Slater, with James J. Dillon in my corner, there's no way that I can lose. That's right, I said it.
And we'll be back with more. You come back also.
All right, we back with the birthdays. Everybody.
Birthday.
Short birthday segment. Tomorrow or today, probably because you'll get the podcast on Thursday, the 25th. Layla will be celebrating her birthday. Layla will be turning 37.
37? That girl don't look 37.
On the 26th, which is Friday, Matt Striker will be celebrating a birthday. Matt Striker will be turning 41.
Awesome.
And legendary Four Horsemen manager James J.J. Dillon celebrates a birthday. JJ is celebrating his 70. I mean, that's right. At least according to this information, JJ is going to be celebrating his 73rd birthday. So that'll be cool on Friday.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? And I guess that's about right because Flair in his 60s. So JJ got to be, you know, about 10 years older.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that's it for the birthdays. That's all the important birthdays that I want to talk about. Keish. Life gets hard after wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does.
Very hard. And there's some ladies who fell on some hard times. I'm going to start with one. Nicole Bass. You may remember her from the Attitude Era. Jacked up chick, about 6'3", 240, bodybuilder.
Jacked up is an understatement. Jesus.
Manly face.
Yeah.
She was busted on shoplifting charges in New York City and Queens.
What?
Yeah. Shoplifted more than $1,000 worth of goods from a Queens store. According to the report from the New York Post, she had 152 food items and 17 health and beauty products in a bag under her shopping cart before leaving the store without paying.
What?
So basically, she like filled up a shopping cart and thought she was just going to roll out the front door.
Yeah.
I guess that was the idea.
Because nobody was going to see her walking out with a full shopping cart full of, like this. That it wasn't going to happen.
Nobody notices a 6'3" chick, right?
Exactly.
So,
no.
Yeah.
That just, we ignore that. Like, of course, it's just completely ignored. We don't see none of that. Stop it. Like, are you kidding me?
I'm telling you, life after wrestling, man, ain't kind to everybody.
No, it is not. Jesus, it's not.
So,
That
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that happened. Speaking of hard times, WWE Chyna. Remember her?
Yeah.
Remember last week we talked about her showing up at the WWE offices?
Right.
That prompted WWE to issue a statement about Chyna. I'm saying, like we really ain't got nothing to do with her no more, right?
Of course, because we go through this like at least once a month. Like, it just feels that way. Like, even if it is not literally like that, like, it just feels that way. Like, at least once a month, we go through the whole Chyna is not going to get recognized speech. Like, come on, man. Do we really have to go through this again? Like, it's...
Well, now she's pushing it. Now she's a part of the process, right?
Right.
She issued her statement and made a video and basically said that she would like to resolve the issue she had between Triple H and Mr. McMahon, and she would like to go into the Hall of Fame. I think she's still doing drugs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident she's still doing drugs.
Because
here's the thing.
It's just, what? Chyna, come on, Chyna.
There's
like,
way too much going on right there, right?
Exactly.
Publicly traded company. Can't have you. They probably pissed that they can't dissociate themselves with Sonny right now. But they can't have old gangbang sitting here going into the Hall of Fame because, like Triple H said, little kids will start Googling her trying to figure out who she is, and the first thing that come up with Chyna ain't wrestling. Tell you that right now. So that's a problem. Second, I said this in the last show. Her situation is too close to the top. Like her and Triple H and Stephanie putting everything behind them. Nobody. Also, Do you not realize the things you said to accuse this man of? You accuse him of beating you? You accuse him of rape? How the hell are you going to try to resolve personal issues?
When you made these accusations, like, these are serious accusations. Like, this is not, that's not like, oh, he just didn't take care of me. No, like, you made the worst kind of accusations towards him. And then it's like, well, I just hope that we can just put this behind us. No one's going to put that behind them. Like, he cannot be serious right now.
You tried to tear down the image of a man who possibly could be trying to take over a publicly traded company, who a board of directors would not approve if they feel like the scandal is too heavy. So you're really trying to ruin a man in his standing, right? So you can't. No, it'll never be right. Ever.
Never.
Ever.
Like,
I
can think about.
Different. It'd be different if she had a relationship with Vince.
Right. It would have. But it's not. Like, that's not the case. And the accusations towards Triple H is just and the things that could come up when you Google her name, that's just the tip of the iceberg of why that cannot happen. Like, it's crazy. Come on, Chyna. There's drugs. There was celebrity rehab, which people forget that actually happened. Do you not know that these are episodes of the TV show that's out there that people can see? Like, people can see you and how you were acting on there. And then, of course, there was more videos. There wasn't just one video. There was more videos after the fact. And, like, all this stuff comes up on the internet. And then the things you said over the years about him and the relationship you had with him and the things that you said about Stephanie, because let's not forget, you said things about Stephanie, too. Who would really want to sit here and negotiate having you be put in the Hall of Fame or anything having to do with the WWE, period, when you've done these things, these drastic things, over the last few years? Nobody wants to deal with that. I wouldn't want to deal with that. Publicly traded company or not, no one wants to deal with that. No one wants to associate themselves with something that drastic. Like, you're just dramatic. You're dramatic and you have too much going on. Like, there's just way too much to that situation that just cannot be ignored. Period. And everybody sees that. Everybody knows this. And anybody that knows the history of Chyna knows it's never going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Here's the thing.
It's crazy because there's people still vouching for her. Like, yeah, you know, they can overlook that. No, they can't. They can't overlook that because it will never be overlooked. Like,
her beef is with the successors. Like I said, it'd be different if her beef was with Vince, because Vince, one, does resolve a lot of his beefs. Two, hey, when he passes away, the younger people might be a little lighter on it. No, the people that's getting the baton don't like you, so the guy going out can't help you. They ain't gonna help. Like, they're never gonna help you. So it's over. And if your drug use rate, you know you're not gonna live that long. Last that. So it is what it is, right?
Of course.
In other reports, a lot that's buzzing up the internet, Keisha, is that Dolph Ziggler contract is coming to an end.
Yes, and from also the things that I've heard is that he's not returning. Like, and of course, rumor mills always have to produce like, oh my God, he's going to leave. Just because his contract is coming to an end does not mean he's just going to walk out. Can we not?
I'm going to say, don't believe everything you read and believe half of what you see.
Exactly.
This is what I could give you on honest terms. I don't know, but I think he's okay. Like, I know they say he wants to get a push. That guy's on TV a lot. He's on every major show. He hasn't had a one-on-one, you know what I mean, shot at the title or nothing like that in a long time. But that being said, The guy's been high up there, right?
Right.
Big on the mountaintop.
He's awesome.
They make sure they work him in every show. I don't see him leaving.
No,
now, I know he has a variety of other interests and may want to try to do some things outside of all of that. And he has the ability. But I don't know if it's now. You know what I mean? I think he probably will stay put. Because guess what? Nobody else pays like the WWE. Period.
Mm-mm. Not at all.
And not in his wrestling. Ain't nobody paying like them. So, also the name. They own Dolph. I guarantee you that.
Right.
His name is like Nick something. He can't take that somewhere and market it. Formerly known as, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I can't see him as anything else. I can't. Like, I can't see him by any other name other than Dolph Ziggler. Like, he will always be Dolph Ziggler. Like, that just, it can't happen. So, I don't see him going, like, I don't see him leaving. Personally, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, ever. Like, I always, in my mind, his career is going to live and die in WWE. Like, he's going to be there until he says, I'm done. Like, I don't see him going anywhere.
Right.
Like, it would be a ridiculous, I mean, it'd just be ridiculous to leave. You know, in my opinion, but of course that's just my opinion. But hey, it is what it is. So, I don't, and that's why, like, rumor mills always are just, they're odd to me. They're really ridiculous at times, because it's like, yeah, his contract might be coming up to an end, but he ain't going nowhere. You know, I think some things need to be said with logic, and that just, whoever wrote that just didn't think that through. Like, I'm like, come on, man. We're talking about that.
No, like I said, I think he has a variety of interests outside of wrestling, and he may like to try to take a lighter schedule and work some places that aren't as demanding so he can do some other things. But I don't see him leaving and walking away from the bread, right?
Right.
And I think he has a very prominent position. He's very visible. But aside from that, Keith, we also got a bit of sad news. The great Buddy Landel passed away on Monday.
He did.
I'm sorry, Tuesday. Yes. You may be familiar with Buddy. He wrestled in the 1980s in the Jim Crockett area and other NWA promotions. Most notably known as the other guy who had the Nature Boy moniker and called Ric Flair out on it a couple of times. In 1990, they had a match called the Battle of the Nature Boys. But, yeah, that happened. So,
it is awful. It's awful to know. The passion
Buddy was only
of a wrestler is always just sad.
Yeah. Buddy was only 53. He had a bout with substance abuse, but had gotten his life back together.
That just is awful.
But outside of that, Keith, last night was the first episode of Tough Enough. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, Tough Enough is a reality show competition where at the end the winner gets a WWE contract. That has led to us seeing shitty wrestlers like Maven on television.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ugh. That was the worst shit ever. Like, but everybody was so excited for Maven. They were like, yeah, Maven. No. Oh my God, he was so awful. Like, I was like, wait, he was a third grade teacher before this? I'm going to go back to teaching. This is just, but Maven lasted, what, like a year? Like, it was awful. I can't.
Right.
Y'all love Tough Enough. Oh, man. Ugh.
But they've had a few seasons. They've found some hidden gems. I think Christopher Lewinsky had a lot of potential, but he ended up phasing out, right? And that locks up your first season. He didn't win.
Right.
Second season really didn't pop off a lot either. Cool people, just didn't really do a lot, right?
Right.
Season 2, your winners was Jackie Gator, who ended up marrying Charlie Haas.
Awesome.
Matt Morgan was on season 2. Did not win, but was on season 2.
Yeah.
Kenny King was on season 2 as Kenny Lane. That's his real name, I guess.
Awesome.
Tough it out.
And we see what happened with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's still in the business. He's a good guy.
All right.
Still making it pop. Season 3 is probably the most successful Tough Enough cast ever. Season 3 brought you the winner, John Hennigan, known as John Morrison now, Matt Capitelli, who, made his way around, came out of the Indies, worked at OVW for a while. Friend of Colt Cabana, actually met him at Western Michigan University on the football team.
Awesome.
Yeah, just some random trivia for you. Which is kind of funny because I know I probably know some of the people he knows. But anyway, Matt had a few appearances on Raw and Sunday Night Heat and stuff like that in 2004, but Matt never really turned it around. He ended up leaving, I think. His career ended up getting cut short due to injury, though. He had a malignant brain tumor, which had to be removed. And that kind of slowed up.
Of course.
But, aside from that, still most successful cast ever, right? But the two winners was Matt and John, was John Morrison. John Morrison went on to have an incredible career. Former ECW champion, 3-time Intercontinental champion, multiple-time tag team champion, currently wrestling as Johnny Mundo in Lucha Underground. Not anything bad you can say about him, right?
No, not at all.
They also got out of that cast Melina, his girlfriend, who wrestled for a long time. So they met there and they ended up dating, yada, yada, yada. They got contracts. And they rolled out and they was together for a while. Daivari was in an audition. He was seen as an audition guy for the episode. But he didn't actually make the actual Tough Enough cast. Ryback comes out of season 3. He doesn't win. No, does Ryback come out of season 3, or is that season 4 that has Ryback?
It might have been 4.
No, season 4. Season 4 actually may be the most successful Tough Enough then. Because season 4 gives you Ryback, who doesn't win, but he comes out. It gives you The Miz, who was a runner-up.
Right.
And Miz is actually the only person that would become a WWE champion. Nick Mitchell, who rolled as Nikki of the Spirit Squad. Martin Wright, who later became the Boogeyman, comes out of that cast. So season 4 is the most successful cast. I have to take that back. Also, I think season 4 had, I want to say Justin Roberts or Josh Matthews in the cast. They, what was that, season 3? One of them was in one of those seasons. So 3 or 4 might be the most successful seasons. But I'm going to say 4 is the most successful.
Yeah.
It actually produced people worth mentioning. So that happened. But yeah. So yeah, Ryback's class with The Miz probably goes in as the most successful. Even though season 3 does give it a stiff run for the money, right? Very stiff run for the money. Season 5 was the last season that they had where Stone Cold hosted. And those guys actually sucked. One of the best guys that was in that class still wrestles but didn't make it to WWE. That's AJ Kirsch. He does Hood Slam out in California on the West Coast. If you ever get a chance to check out Hood Slam, check it out.
Hood Slam?
Cool. Yeah. I'll give you a hit.
Okay.
Arian Andrew, but that you know as Cameron of the Funkadactyls, got eliminated week 1 of the last season of Tough Enough. But somehow ended up on a roster, ended up in the WWE.
Wow.
First person cut, ended up wilding, be the sole contestant to wind up on the main roster. Crazy, right?
Right. Awesome.
But that is basically a rundown of Tough Enough, right?
Right.
So let's go season 6, Keish. Here we are. We got 13 people.
Yeah.
One guy, one girl will get a contract. I can tell you right now, I like a few different people. I like Gabby. I think she's interesting. I like Daria. She's the MMA fighter. I think she's interesting.
I've heard things about Daria. Daria seems... I've heard great things about Daria. So, she has great stuff.
Very, 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 at you. So, watching the first week, you'll look to know ZZ, the guy from Louisiana, who's a Gator wrestler by trade. Apparently that physical stuff doesn't translate over. The star of the show the first week was Tanner. He was an MMA fighter, I guess, prior to coming to the show. Really high energy guy, little ant. Wins all the physical challenges. It pisses everybody off.
Yeah.
Like I think everybody really wants to fight him. My favorite guy is Patrick. Patrick is only 19, right?
Right.
But the kid got a lot of heart, got a lot of spunk, in good shape, and he actually likes wrestling. Like, he is a wrestler, and he's here to be a professional wrestler, where I don't know about some of the other people. ZZ, I think he has pure motives. I can tell he's never really been out of that town, wherever he's from in Louisiana, and he's never really been exposed to much other than the swamp.
Right.
And I think that took a part in his physical conditioning and why he was having trouble getting over and getting through some of the competition. He was at risk. He was in the bottom 3, and I think he'll be in the bottom 3 next week.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But if he survives the first couple of weeks, I think he'll adapt. Like, he's so unique, I think there's an opportunity for him somewhere. Like, this could be Bray Wyatt's little cousin.
Right.
Like,
even if he doesn't win, they could always just make a spot for him.
He has personality. He has personality, and with that weird Bayou accent, you damn near need an interpreter.
Right.
But I think it can work, because if you can have that weird accent, but you have the gift of gab with it, I think you can make a connection. Patrick, I think, will have to work on personality. I think the physical tools are there. I look, Josh, who was in the bottom this week and almost didn't make it out. He has the best look. Like, eyeball, 6'7", jack guy, you know what I mean?
Right.
I was watching with Liz. She said he looked like a white Roman Reigns. Have to agree. But he slowed up in a lot of the physical stuff. Like, I don't know how he works out, or, you know what I mean? He just might just be big. But out of the 13, good old Hank Avery from Macon, Georgia, did not make it. That's who got sent. Hank talked a lot of crap, talked about ZZ a little bit, and I think that rubbed people the wrong way.
Yeah. You know it will. So, gotta watch what you say. Things that come out your mouth could haunt you. Trust. They can backfire harshly.
Yeah. I think this is going to be very interesting. I like the format so far. Like, I like the three judges and let them talk. I like Jericho hosting. I like the trainers do the training. So they're not really involved in anything on the other end. They just do the training, right?
Right.
You get a lot of WWE personality because Lita, Billy Gunn, and Booker T seem like the principal trainers right now. Then on the flip side, your judges are Daniel Bryan, Paige, and Hulk Hogan.
Right.
I think those represent three very distinct opinions. Paige, foreign chick, came over, wrestling in the Divas division, probably will be more hard on ladies. Daniel, smaller guy, so he, you know what I mean, athletic, got his data going. Then, of course, there's Hulk.
Right.
Started in the 80s. The guy who, you know, was the reason why they have a network, right?
Exactly.
So he's there and he gets his. He may not be the greatest worker, but I definitely know he understands charisma and personality. So I'm good with that. The fans get to vote also. I didn't vote. The WWE seems to love to get you to download a fucking app.
Yeah. I swear to you, they push it. Like, it's nothing.
Man,
everything they want you to do involves the app. Everything.
I don't want no app. Not even on my iOS. I don't want an app. I'm sorry. I'm like, can I just go to toughup.com and vote? Like, I really don't want to have an app.
So, unfortunately, I have the app because that's the only way you can access the network from, like, a phone or a tablet. So I have the app on both my phone and tablet, and on my PlayStation, because that's, because I only have the network on my PlayStation, but as far as my tablet and my phone, like, I have the app. So if I want to vote and all that kind of stuff, like, I can do it, because that's the only way you can access the network, is you have a mobile device. Like, I'm like, this is really retarded, but okay. Like I was like, why couldn't you just create a separate app to where it was just a network? You know, like, did I really have to get the entire app just so I can watch the network? It's ridiculous.
Right.
So, and then, of course, if the app malfunctions and the network malfunctions, then, like, everything shuts down and you can't even watch the network. It's like, I just can't deal. So they find ways to get people to download the app. They will suck you into it somehow.
I think the app is just a result of them trying to keep things separate with the traffic too.
Right.
But I really don't want another app, like I said previously. Like I said, this show will be interesting. I don't know how next week will play out, but it will definitely be something to look at. Do you think they can actually pull stars from Tough Enough?
I think they can create a couple. Even if it's not the winners, I think they can mold a couple of the others into being at least what they're looking for. You know, even if they're not necessarily huge. I mean, I'm not looking for the next WWE champion, but, you know, good mid-carders, they can make a couple of those. You know, they can build some people in NXT. They definitely can do that. I think like a couple of them, like I said, even if it's not the winners, can just be kind of molded. But it will take some time, you know. So I don't count anybody completely out. It's just that as the show goes on, of course, you'll see who really can cut it and who really can't. So it's of course, it's Tough Enough. Like, in their mind, it's like, hey, if you don't want to be here, bye. Like, so it's going to be interesting to see the challenges and how everybody handles it and how everything goes from here. Because, of course, this is just week one. But definitely as time goes on, it's going to get harder, it's going to get rougher. they're going to have to endure the things that it takes to be a wrestler. So you'll see who has a mindset for it, who's really into it, who's really up for it, and then of course that will give you also an idea of like, okay, he might not win, but he still might end up with a contract, you know. And for all you know, you could see a person getting pulled out of this class that could be greater than the winner itself. It has happened. So we definitely have to just sit back and watch and see. But yeah, I do not count anybody out of anything right now.
Well, like I said, I'm reserving judgment on this class. I don't know if I'm going to see a star yet. I think it's hard to pick a star out of Tough Enough because a lot of the people who have that star ability are already wrestling on the indies.
Right.
But, hey man, you throw a deal in a haystack, you might get something. If you get a guy with a steady career, it's successful. Ryback's successful. Miz is successful. Because they got 7 careers. You know, they got careers in this gypsy brand we do. So that works itself out. But, yeah, interested to see how it all plays out next week. We down 1 man, so we down to 12. And it should be interesting out there.
It's gonna be it's gonna be fun. I can honestly say that. I give it that. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be something interesting to see. Because I mean, I personally am excited about seeing the challenges, how the trainers handle them, and you know, are they gonna change this? Are they gonna do that? Like I can't wait. I can't wait to see how everything just builds on top of each other from here.
Right.
So.
With that, and on that note, we're going to shut it down this week, and we will be back next week, same time, same bat channel, talking pro wrestling.
Of course.
Keish, salutations.
Hey, all I got to say is thank you all for listening to us every week. And, hey, tell your friends. You know, hey, I have coworkers that are not asking me, like, hey, so, you know, what's the show name? You know, can I follow it? Of course you can. Of course you can download it. Just don't be spreading my name around all around like that, you know. If you listen to the show, just know that I appreciate you. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. As our fans, we love you, and we thank you for being with us every week. Like, it's awesome. I feel awesome every time I do this with Keith. And I know he's always excited about it, so it's greatness. Like, we do this for us, we do this for you. We do this for you. Trust. To all of our fans, like, regardless of what are you listening for. Because, you know, we don't always talk about just all wrestling. There always be some random stuff thrown in there, but, you know, it is what it is. So, I just wanted to put it out there. Like, I'm excited. Just because I love this stuff. And I know, Keith, I always thank you for just inviting me to be a part of all of this and just putting everything together.
I couldn't think of anybody better. But with that, we are out. We'll catch y'all next week, and peace.